Good morning, neighbors. It is Wednesday, January 28th, 2026, and I am your host, Sara, welcoming you to another cozy edition of the Murphy Morning Show. Grab your coffee, take a deep breath of that crisp mountain air, and let us catch up on what is happening around Murphy and our neighboring towns today. Let us start with our top local story right here in Murphy. Town leaders are still working under the local state of emergency that was declared earlier this week ahead of the recent winter storm system moving through western North Carolina. That declaration gives Murphy officials extra flexibility to coordinate emergency services, manage road and utility issues, and tap into outside support if icy conditions worsen. Residents are encouraged to keep an eye on town announcements, limit unnecessary travel when roads are slick, and check in on elderly neighbors and anyone who might be vulnerable to the cold. In good news for our community, county emergency officials say Cherokee County dodged the worst of the feared ice storm impacts. Emergency services had prepared for widespread outages and dangerous travel, but the heaviest ice and damage stayed just to the east of us, sparing much of Murphy and the surrounding area from major power problems. Even so, crews are reminding everyone that refreezing and black ice can still be an issue in the early mornings and late evenings, so do not let your guard down on those shaded back roads and bridges. Over in Andrews, town leaders are also operating under a state of emergency because of severe winter weather, including the risk of ice accumulation and very low temperatures. That declaration allows the town to limit access to certain problem areas, coordinate mutual aid with other agencies, and set up shelters or warming spaces if needed. Folks who commute between Murphy and Andrews should be prepared for changing road conditions, obey any detours or closures that pop up, and give road crews and utility workers plenty of space to do their jobs safely. Another story drawing attention in the Andrews area is the recent massive fire at the Andrews Valley Poultry Farm. Fire crews spent hours battling the blaze at a large commercial chicken house, where tens of thousands of chickens were lost in the fire. Thankfully, no workers were inside at the time, and there were no reported injuries to staff, firefighters, or neighbors, but the loss is a big blow to the farm and a reminder of how quickly a rural structure fire can escalate. Local officials are using this as a moment to encourage farm and business owners to review fire safety plans, check electrical systems, and make sure access for emergency vehicles stays clear. Here in Murphy, county leaders continue to focus on broader policy and planning issues as well. The Cherokee County government has been sharing updates on recent resolutions and county business, including measures aimed at protecting local land use and balancing conservation concerns with economic development. While these topics can seem distant from day-to-day life, they shape how our mountains are managed, where new development happens, and what kinds of resources are available to families and businesses in the years ahead. If you have not tuned into a county meeting or looked over the latest board actions lately, this winter downtime is a good chance to get informed and make your voice heard. Regionally, communities across western North Carolina are still adjusting schedules and events around lingering winter weather concerns. Larger cities like Asheville and surrounding counties have been adjusting counts, outreach events, and shelter operations because of cold and ice risks, and those decisions tend to ripple outward to smaller counties like ours. For folks in Murphy, that can mean shifting dates for regional programs, outreach visits, or support services that partner with local groups. If you are connected with regional nonprofits, churches, or service organizations, give them a quick call or check their latest posts before heading out, as some activities may be rescheduled on short notice when temperatures drop. Before we get into the weather, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy waking up with the Murphy Morning Show, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and slam the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you find value in what we share each day, please share the channel with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who might like a friendly local voice with their morning coffee. All right, let us talk weather for Murphy for the next 3 days. Today, Wednesday, we are looking at a cold and damp winter day, with afternoon high temperatures topping out in the upper 30s to around the mid-40s, and periods of rain moving through. That rain, combined with cool air hanging over the valleys, will make it feel extra chilly, so a waterproof jacket, warm layers, and good shoes with traction are a smart idea if you need to be out and about. Tonight, those temperatures will drop well down into the teens and lower 20s, and any leftover moisture on the roads can freeze up and create slick spots. That means black ice is possible, especially on bridges, overpasses, and those shaded curves we all know too well. If you are driving early tomorrow morning, give yourself extra time, take it slow, and watch for patches that look just a little too shiny. On Thursday, things begin to dry out, with skies trending toward partly cloudy and high temperatures, trying to climb into the upper 30s or low 40s. It will still feel brisk, but the lower chance of precipitation will be a welcome break after the rain and ice worries. Winds should stay light to moderate, so bundle up, but feel free to get a short walk in if the sun peeks out. By Friday, we should see a little more stability, with cool but seasonable winter weather for Murphy. Expect daytime highs again in the upper 30s to mid-40s, with a mix of sun and clouds, and a relatively low chance of any new rain or wintry mix. Nights will stay cold, likely dropping back into the 20s, so keep those pets inside. Let faucets drip if you know you have vulnerable pipes, and make sure space heaters are used safely and away from anything flammable. Now let us look ahead to some community events coming up in and around Murphy to help you shake off that cabin fever. Coming up at the end of this month, there is a local benefit planned right here in Murphy to support Ronnie Rooster Beaver, taking place on Saturday, January 31st, at a venue on Valley River Avenue downtown. Expect a true hometown gathering, with neighbors turning out to raise funds, share some music, and lend a hand to a friend in need. If you are able, consider stopping by, making a donation, or simply showing your support by being present. Looking into early February, downtown Murphy will keep its small business heartbeat going with the second Saturday Shop and Sip event on Saturday, February 14th, from mid-afternoon into the early evening. Shops and eateries downtown will be open with special deals, treats, and a relaxed social atmosphere that is perfect for a winter date night or a friendly stroll with neighbors. It is a nice excuse to park the car, walk the sidewalks, and rediscover the local businesses that give our town its character. For those who do not mind a short drive, Andrews is gearing up for an active 2026 event season, including a spring fling downtown and recurring food truck Fridays once the weather warms up. Details and full schedules will be shared by the Andrews Chamber of Commerce as dates get closer, but it is worth keeping an eye on if you like to mix a scenic drive with some live music and good food. These events are a great way to support small businesses across our region and explore what our neighboring town has to offer. If you are more of an indoor person during these cold snaps, be sure to check local community calendars, the library, and nearby venues like ballrooms and community centers here in Murphy, which often host lunches, workshops, and private gatherings throughout the week. Events like real estate luncheons, dances, and club meetings might not always make the front page, but they are where real connections happen and new friendships are formed. As always, before heading out, verify times and any last-minute changes in case weather or scheduling forces a shift. As we wrap up today's show, I just want to say how grateful I am to spend these mornings with you. Our little corner of the mountains is full of resilient, caring people, and it is a privilege to help share your stories, your weather, and your community happenings. This is Sara on the Murphy Morning Show, wishing you a safe, warm, and peaceful Wednesday. Take good care of yourselves and each other, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow morning for more news, weather, and community updates from right here at home.